Everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I finally get to do a video on this. I've been waiting a while. They'll do a video and I can't do it at my dad's because, well, I ride at a lot of my dad's. Finally got the 400 home, my mom's house. This is a 2003 400 EX. Just the everything outer, like these plastics and everything are all stock. I took the, it's a Ford Trax. Took the Ford Trax stickers. This is my race quad. This thing has been through everything. It's mean. I'm gonna kind of go over everything that's not stock on it. It's really a bunch of the parts are off a parts quad that we have. But let's just go over a little bit. All right, so right here we have some Tusk off-road Nerf bars on both sides. I know some people that run just the clutch side, so that way when they go to shift, their foot doesn't slip and hit the ground, so they at least have some rebound to hit it. The other thing is, and I've bent a lot of these, is some Pro Taper Sport bars. I've bent them by flipping the thing, and it's not fun. It's not fun flipping these. It's got the a Tusk off steering stem. Another piece, and another really important piece of these, this suspension. You see the Uhlans or whatever it is. This is their parts quad that I have. I think I'm gonna take the plastics off of the parts quad and put on here. They are dark, like charcoal gray. So I'm gonna put those on here just because it would look good for next year. Is this WC front bumper. I've obviously hit a tree with it because I'm going fast. One of the coolest parts is the Yoshimura pipe and header. This thing's loud. It sounds really, really good. I also have an Ono seat with grippy seat, with the grip seat cover. Hondas tend to not stock, or when they are stock seats are really, really slick. And one of the main things you need while you're riding is good grip up on the seat, because you gotta use your weight, and sometimes you gotta sit down and you're gonna want grip. This is the CST back tires. They are really, really, really slick because I have not changed these all year. I need to. We have some spares at my dad's house. We're gonna swap them out for the first race. And in the front we have Maxxis Razors. These are the 2s, the Maxxis Razor 2. The rims are stock. I think they were just painted. If you couldn't tell, they got some of the silver showing through. I'm gonna take those hopefully soon. We have some, nice, and they eat your hands to death, but ODI lock-on grips. It's got these lock-on pieces right here, if I can get it centered, with these, well, if you ride, then you know that they have Allen key lock-on, so they lock, and they will not come off. I'm twisting everything I have, and they will not come off, so these will still be on here for the rest of, until it gets so slick that I can't hold on anymore. I can hold on just fine, and they eat your hands up if you get them brand new. That's a warning. I'll just do a little review on them. Really, really nice grips. They lock on, like I said. They do not come off. But brand new, these will eat your hands alive. So you got to make sure you get them broken, and they're really, once they get warm, they get sticky. If you can't tell, they get really sticky, and that's really nice for your grip, so you're not falling off. It's hard to screw this up. We got a Tusk off-road brake caliper in the back for the rear brake. I believe this is a Suntar sprocket, and I think that's just the stock axle, but it's a Suntar sprocket, and I don't remember what chain it is, but it's obviously pretty good chain because it's lasted me the entire season and I haven't switched chain out. That is one of the main things you want to switch out, is the chain. When you start racing beginning of the year, make sure you switch your chain and your sprocket, because there's not really wear on these teeth. These Suntar sprockets are really, really nice. I'm pretty sure it's Suntar. I'm pretty positive, actually. And these teeth do not grind down very easy. And the chain's really nice too. I really like the chain, because this quad has done a lot. The real kicker, the real big thing, is this is 440 board. This is not a stock 400. This is not a 400cc. This is 440cc. And that is, you know, just 10 away from the 450s, which is why I can kind of run up there with them. That's how I got 4th this year. I can kind of run with them, and it's great having something like this. The only problem with having something built like this, it's dangerous. It likes to blow up, but I haven't blown it up. The only thing I have had problems with, and this is when it first happened, when I first got it in my first race, I threw the timing chain, and the timing, actually, hold on. And the timing chain, oh, we're good. And the timing chain through, and when it does that, it skips time, and it'll bend valves and all that. And I think I threw 2 valves, I believe. So this entire top end is rebuilt. And the guy that did it, this guy is an absolute wizard with anything like this. He gets it running, and it runs mean. Anything he's fixed for us, he's made it run, and it's run mean. It's done really good for everyone, and for Dominic and the team. It's done really, really good, and I really, really appreciate him doing that. A problem with the 400s, and the 400 frames are paper. They're basically paperweights. They are not built as good as, say, the later years of a 400. Really, any 400 at all is built amazing. But the rear brake, also, the rear brake is not stock. I just noticed that. Huh. Anyways, yeah, the 400 frames are not built amazing. They do work. They're real light. The whole thing is really light. I can literally just walk over and pick it up with one hand. And honestly, I think really anybody can, besides, you know, littler kids. But if you're having a little kid, like a 12-year-old or something, ride your 400 and it's 440 board and it's wild, then you won't have an issue because they might wreck it. But yeah. But I threw the top end, and he rebuilt the top end. The engine's a 440, and the frames aren't built as well as anything else, but you know, it's all right. It got me through, and it was previously, so I obviously didn't buy this brand new, but the guy that used it before me obviously rode it pretty hard, and it didn't blow up on him or anything. It obviously did at one point, otherwise it wouldn't have been bored up to 400 or to 440. But it's all right. It works for me. And also, when you buy a 400, I'll also throw this in there. When you buy a 400 and it makes a ticking sound, and it makes the, like here, that sound, it happens with 400s. For some reason, the timing chain likes to smack, and it sounds really weird. It's not going to hurt anything. Now, if it gets really bad, that's when you want to check your timing chain. You want to take it all apart and really look at it, because if you take it and you run it and it's making that sound, you're gonna throw a timing chain, because that's the problems with 400s, is they just get thrown really easy, and they make that really loud ticking sound. That's also, it's like the 400s, they make like a squeaking sound. It's the 450s, I mean, they make a squeaking sound. It's just typical with the 400DX. Honda really knew what they were doing with this. This was the Sport before the 450. Before the 450 was built, this was the thing to have. This was the fastest quad for a while, up until 2004 or 2005, I think, is when they started building the 450s. And that's when they're like, all right, we got to bump it up, because the 400s are just not fast enough. Until somebody built a top end and timing in a bore kit, that's when it started to get a little wild. So really, this entire engine's been rebuilt. The bottom's a little older than the top end, but the top end is completely rebuilt, and it is perfect. I love this thing to death. The exhaust, the pipe and header on this is really expensive. I really need to work on it, because when I rolled it one time, it pushed the pipe in. It's not really touching. It's not touching the bump. I'll show you. It's not touching anywhere. I mean, yeah, it's not even touching this metal piece right here. So I gotta straighten that back out. But it's really not that big of a deal. If it runs, it runs, and I'm happy with it. So really know that everybody's wanting to hear it. And I'm going to try to find some way to prop my phone up, because I lost my tripod. So I will come back with you real quick, and then we will listen to this thing run. All right, so I'm going to have to move the quad entirely, because I had to prop it on the front of my truck. But I will roll this over here, and you guys can hear it run. this is what it sounds like running. Of course, I hit Revy. Why not? It's a quad. You gotta hit Revy sometime. You know, you hear that little ticking. It's fine, I promise. Now, if it gets terribly bad, then that's when you want to get checked out. But as of right now, this thing is running perfect. I failed to mention these are CST ambushes on the back. Before, they were really, really nice. It's kind of cold still. But before, they were really, really nice. Now they're, you know, getting a little old. So I'll hold this right here. Find the grip. So yeah, that's the, let me shut this off, it's kind of loud. That's the 400. This thing is at the beast. Off the line, this thing's wild. It's got 400s also have a ton of torque. They are just wild things, especially being bored up as it is. This thing is absolutely insane. So I definitely, if you plan on racing and you don't really want to bump up to a 400 yet, get a 350 Warrior by Yamaha. That's what I had. Those things are tanks. They aren't the fastest thing in the world, but they are absolute tanks. If you want to bump up a little higher than a 350, maybe go a 300 Raptor or something. But I definitely suggest getting a stock 400 EX. And then if you want to bump it up, do the work, spend the money. You're going to have to spend a lot of money racing anyways. We've probably put a good penny in this stupid thing already. So definitely bore it up to 440. If you want to, if you feel like, hey, we need some more speed, let's put it up to a 440. I kind of suggest it, but at the same time, I don't suggest it at all because it's dangerous. It's not a good idea. But do it if you need more speed, if you feel like you're not going fast enough, if you feel like, man, I'm just not cutting it. This isn't feeling right. 440 it, and you'll feel right. And you'll feel real right when the front end rises up after that dead start, after they say that 10 seconds. Other than that, this thing, I give this thing a 300 out of 10. This is probably my favorite quad I've ever owned. I've only owned a 350, and that thing did some work. That put me through almost a half a season. It put me through a half a season. It did not do anything wrong. The only thing I had to change was bars. That's it. But the 350 is completely stock besides the FMF Mega, I don't remember what it was, FMF something, but I'm more towards the Yoshimura side. Yoshimura is wild. They make everything sound so good. I know HMF is a really good brand as well, but I definitely suggest you put a Yoshimura pipe and header on here. Sounds amazing. You guys heard it. You know what it's like. Other than that, that's about it. That's the 400. That's my race quad. There's multiple things you can do with this. There's a lot of things you can do to make it look better. I'm going to buy a graphics kit, but I'm going to leave just the lights in, because the lights, that's the signature 400 look, is the lights. If you couldn't tell, if the lights weren't there anymore, you probably wouldn't be able to tell me what it is. So you think it's which is also the 400s, the newer 400s, like I think it's up to like 12, the same year they built the 450s. They don't have big lights like that. It's only the later models that have the lights. And I honestly think the later models are better than the newer ones, because a lot of people have problems with the newer ones. But the older ones are just solid. They're tanks. They run. They do whatever you need. And I absolutely love this thing to death. I suggest going out and buying one if you have the money. If you feel the need, you need a quad in your life, go ahead for the 400. The 400 is your best bet for now, until you're ready to bump up to that 450 and you're really trying to get into some speed and torque and all that. Honestly, I believe the torque on this has more torque than my Step Brothers 450, and that 450 is built. That's a built quad. But I definitely suggest buying a 400 as your first quad, maybe a 350 Warrior, but I suggest a 400 because they're everywhere. It's really hard to find a 350 Warrior that's in good shape. Mine was in really good shape when I bought it. Nothing was wrong with the engine. I think the worst the engine got was when we had to change. Really, the only thing that got bad is when I had to change the oil on the 350, and that's about it. But other than that, this thing is an absolute tank. 350s are tanks. This is amazing. I love this thing to death. Definitely suggest you go out and you buy one of these beasts, because they are wild. They are absolutely. I'll have to. If you guys go watch the Just Riding vid, you'll see how torquey this thing is. This thing will get up and go. And I'll put out some racing videos after I get my GoPro, and you guys can really see how much this thing gets up and goes. Then tomorrow I'm going to ride with my friend at his house, and he's got a KLX 330 Kawasaki bike. And I'm going to have to show him how to ride, because this thing is going to whoop that bike. And we're not really going to race any, but I know we're going to drag race at least once or twice. I'll definitely take some videos of that. I'll definitely take some videos of him, of me, and I'll throw that in on a separate video. I'll just say a little ride day, and I'll make a little ride day video. It'll be pretty nice. I'll talk to him, see if he wants to do a review on his bike, see what he likes, and then we'll do some riding, and we'll show some videos of us just getting it, just having a good old time. So thank you guys for watching. I say this every time. I really appreciate all the support you guys give me. Really, really, please, and I please hope you do, go below, smack the like button. I will throw in some of these parts in the description. I'll throw in the bars, because I really suggest the bars, and I'll definitely throw in the lock-ons, and I'll throw the cheapest link I can get in there to you. But these lock-ons come with several different color of the locks. They don't, the grips stay black, but the rest of it, you can get blue, you can get red, you can get pink, you can get gray, you get silver, black, whatever you feel like, whatever fits you. This thing, I'm kind of just trying to, you know, make it look good out on the inside and really make the thing run before I worry about making it look amazing. I also make sure I look amazing. I'll throw in some pictures of the stuff I'm going to get. I might throw them in somewhere around here. Like right now, you'll see the helmet, the boots that I plan on getting, the gear and the gloves, and I think that's it. And then I'm going to, oh, also, I suggest you buy Sicra handguards or handguards of some sort. Racing cross-country is not fun when you don't have handguards, and I learned that the absolute hard way. I had my 350, I had some Acerbis handguards, and if you're going to buy Acerbis, okay, they're not as good as Sicra. Sicra is a lot more money, but they come with these Pro Bend pieces that go from the handguard that covers out here, and it goes back and it covers, so that way this bar won't, the handguard will not bend into your hand. It's called Pro Bend. It takes all the it absorbs everything from hitting a tree with your hand, or, you know, hitting something or rolling it. It will not snap unless you really just give it the all. So I suggest you buy some handguards. I plan on getting some for Christmas, hopefully, pray. But yeah, this is the end of the video. I appreciate you guys watching. Please like and subscribe. Hit the bell, so that way you guys get the notification that I am riding with my friend tomorrow, and you can really see this thing rip. And make sure to go check out the other videos. I've been live streaming on YouTube with the PS4. I've been playing some Battlefield, so if you guys want to go check that out, if you don't follow me on Snapchat, I'll throw my Snapchat in the description, so you guys can follow it and you guys can get all that. I appreciate you guys watching. I love it. I love doing these videos for y'all. So please come back for another video. Tomorrow will be the next one, and then I don't know what the next one will be, but that only the future will tell what the next video is going to be. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you. Remember, hit the like, subscribe, and the bell. Thank you all for watching. I'll see y'all later.